Hey y'all, Irix guy here, just getting getting some cardio in, and we've got a drone coming. A little bit less than, right around 2 hours, I'll be going live again for the Mavic Air 2. Obviously, the Mavic Air 2 is going to release here in a few hours. So stay tuned to my channel because I'm going to be doing another live show, and I'll start that live show in about about 2 hours and 10 minutes from now. Trep, welcome aboard, man. But yeah, I'm going to start that live show in about 2 hours and 13 minutes from now. But we're going to go ahead and have a pre-live show before that live show because, I want to remind everyone, Mavic Air 2, as soon as it's ready to order, just go to my website, epicdroneshow.com, irixguy.com, because here in a few hours, I hope to have those links up where you can purchase it. So that's going to be exciting. I know we've got a lot of educated speculation as to what the Mavic Air 2 is going to bring. But, one thing's for certain. It comes from the best drone manufacturer in the world, and it's their newest drone. So, how could that be disappointing? So yeah, I'm I'm getting my cardio because I'm gonna be up late. My Mavic Mini crashed. How'd you crash your Mavic Mini, dude? How'd you manage to do that? That's pretty crazy. That's one drone I've crashed. I crashed a Phantom 2. Was it Phantom 2 Vision Plus? You can check out my video for that. But that's the only one I've crashed, man. That's a bummer, dude. Yeah, it's never fun to crash a drone. But yeah, man, Mavic Air 2 or Mavic 2 Air, whatever they call it. Or what if they call it something totally unexpected? Oh, sorry, Layla. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, so, yeah, it's going to be paper fell in the product, and it fell on a brick. Oh, man. That's rough. Well, hopefully, hey, look on the bright side. Mavic Mini's cool, but at least it was a Mavic Mini instead of like a Mavic 2 Pro, man. Think about the positive thing is that, think about how many times you flew your Mavic Mini and how much fun you had with it. And, the fact that it crashed, hey, at least, it crashed. It didn't injure anybody, I hope. So, there's positives to it. And the biggest positive, Mavic Air 2 is about to be announced. And that is going to be, oh man. I'm going to feel like a fool if when the Mavic Air 2 is available to order from my website here in a few hours, if it's a disappointing drone. Because, I don't know, and maybe this is a problem, but I've become so satisfied with DJI drones that, I hate to admit it, but I'm getting a little bit too confident that their drones are going to be great. One thing I've always said on this channel, and I stick to it, is, I don't go into any drone with any sort of expectation, positive or negative. I go at it and I just look at it like, this is something I haven't experienced. Yeah, Trupp said you were happy you were able to able to get your Mavic Mini. Yeah, definitely, dude. But, yeah, man, with this Mavic Air 2, again, I'm not going at it with any sort of unrealistic expectations, but I'll admit I've kind of got that virus. I've got that DJI virus, where you have such a good experience with their products. Again, I did not like the Ronin S, and the DJI Spark was kind of disappointing. But other than that, I've kind of got the DJI virus. You know, I've got, it is, you get sucked in by it, and you know, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain. I mean, I am, you know, call me a DJI fanboy. That's fine. That's fair. But the truth is, man, those people at DJI, they know what they're doing with the drones. I like my Spark. Marvin, that's cool. Man, I'm not saying I hate the Spark, but I'm just saying that it, you know, it didn't have the 3-axis gimbal. It topped out at 1080. The biggest killer for me with the Spark was the battery life. I mean, I know it was just a fun drone, but, you know, I like the portability of it. But the battery life, man, that's what killed it. And I don't dislike the Spark. I just, you know, out of all the DJI drones, it's been my least favorite. But, yeah, man, Mavic Air 2, that's all I can think about. That is all that I've been able to think about for the past few days is Mavic Air 2. And that's a good thing, you know, because if you don't have something positive to think about, you know what you'll think about? You'll sit around and think about the pandemic. And that's not good. Much better to think about a Mavic Air 2, you know? So, Leo says, I can fly a drone with Wi-Fi connection. When the Spark came out, I thought the price was unreasonable compared to the Mini. Yeah. No, the Mavic Mini, I tell you, man, price, performance, overall design, they've hit a, you know, it's a winning formula. What they've done with the Mini is exceptional. One of the coolest things that I've enjoyed with the Mini is, you know, just being able to pack it up in a backpack and go. And I mean, a small backpack, or put it in a side pocket in a backpack. And then, you know, being able to recharge it by way of USB. You know, that's one thing that's made the Mavic Mini so marvelous, has been able to do all that. So, you know, I'm really excited, and I hope, and looking at the batteries of the Mavic Air 2, you know, I don't know, and I could be wrong, but I don't know if the Mavic Air 2 is going to have USB recharging capability for the drone battery itself. If it does, talk about a game changer, because, you know, that's something you can't do with Mavic 2 Zoom or Mavic 2 Pro. So if they let you, if they somehow incorporate USB recharging capability into the Mavic Air 2, that's going to be huge, man. That's going to be huge. Huge. Yeah, we're only, now we're only 2 hours and 5 minutes from my live show, and I'll have on my Epic Drone Show official shirt, and I will have you know, here in 2 hours and 4 minutes, we will have the live show of live shows. I mean, it's not every day you get to get together live for a new drone launch. I mean, that's awesome. And, you know, it makes me wonder, because of all the social distancing. A Trump says, imagine if the Air 2 could have 8K video. Man, you know what was funny? You just mentioned 8K. And obviously, I'm not going to do it anytime soon. But I'm wondering if the Sony A7S2 or A7S3 or A7S4 rather, A7S3 or A7S4, whatever they're going to call it, if that camera is going to have 8K video. Because Sony's kept dragging their feet. And see that, you know, 4K is incredible. And honestly, I like to be ahead with the, you know, with the video format to better future-proof drone videos and other types of videos. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm curious to see how quickly, from what I've heard, Marlon, from what I've heard about OcuSync, from what I've heard, the Mavic Air 2 is probably going to have OcuSync instead of Wi-Fi. And that's huge because, I mean, even, like me, I fly line of sight to be safe and responsible. But having OcuSync is just, even flying line of sight to be safe and responsible is such a better and more reliable communications between the controller and the drone, in my opinion. So, Mavic Air, and again, Mavic Air, the original Mavic Air, it had enhanced Wi-Fi, which, yeah, not as good as OcuSync, but, I never had any problems with the Mavic Air enhanced Wi-Fi. I mean, I felt that, for that drone, I felt that it worked fine. But if we can get OcuSync or better on Mavic Air 2, that's huge. And, the biggest thing with the Mavic Air 2, well, the thing that, looking at it, I'm wondering about the camera and, side by side, especially during lower light conditions, how is the Mavic Air 2's camera going to compare with the Mavic 2 Pro's camera or the Mavic 2 Zoom's camera? And speaking of that, I wonder if the Mavic Air 2 will have a zoom camera. I don't think it'll zoom. That's my educated guess. But we'll see. I mean, this drone is going to be, yeah. Trepp says 4K 60. That'd be cool if it will. What's funny, and I've always been I've been pushing 4K 60 for a while, and I've got it on, I don't use it on my A7R3 or A7R4 because that tops out at 4K 30. But I was using 4K 60 on a GoPro and then on the Osmo Action. And it's funny, for retiming the video, speeding it up or slowing it down in post, that extra frame rate that 4K 60 brings is nice. But honestly, the amount of disk space that it uses to store that video, I found that I was switching back to 4K 30 just for storage reasons. I'm like, because that, disk space, it's not cheap. When you're keeping a lot of videos, and I've got about 18 terabytes worth of video. Cool thing is, all that video I have, I store it locally on some huge hard drives, but also back it up to the cloud. So if I'm ever hit by a hurricane or something, I can re-download all my videos from my cloud backup, which is pretty cool. But yeah, man, 4K 60, considerably larger file size. It's but again, like everything else, the compression that may be used, we may see more manageable 4K 60 file size. And will the Mavic Air 2 have 4K 60? We'll find out here in a couple hours. Yeah, like you said, twice, man. Yeah, that's significant. Man, I got this sore throat. Hope it's just pollen and stuff, because you know what's going around. Don't want any of that, man. I got drone videos to film. Whoa, bug in my eye. Hold on. Whoa, got a big bug. Hold on. It flew right in my eye. I can't see y'all typing right now. I had a big bug fly in my eye. Whoa. Scary stuff, man. Getting the bug out of my eye. I guess if it's in there, it just crawled back in my eye. Hold on, bugs in my brains. Bugs on my brain. That wouldn't be good. Not good. Bug brain. Yeah. Yeah, so hope that thing came out for real. Because I didn't, normally if a bug flies in your eye, you can feel it walk away, But I didn't feel this bug walk away. Yeah, so just a super important reminder. When I open up the studio show here in about an hour and 58 minutes, we're going to be going right into the live launch of the Mavic Air 2. And, if you're planning to get one, again, support me. Go through irixguy.com. Go through epicdroneshow.com. Just go to epicdroneshow.com and click buy a drone. And you'll be directed to the Mavic Air 2 as soon as it's available. So I'm pushing that hard. It is my website, man. It is my website. And I'm going to bring y'all a ton of field test videos and a whole lot more. But yeah, look at all this stuff in the grass, man. Look at that. Got all those flowers and stuff. All this pollen in the air. Got some pollen. Got my nose running. Can't wipe my nose because then I touch my face. And if you touch your face, then you know what happens. You can wash your hands all day. But if you touch your face, it's a bad mistake. Super chat, super sticker. Marlon, I hate to admit it. So what happened to Sean Coonery? You can check out the most recent hashtag Maine Coon Mondays video. But he, and this went on for 2 years, man. He got to where it was every few weeks, and then it got to where it was every week, and then it got to a few days a week, and then it got to every day, where he was using the bathroom all over the house. And that became, obviously a problem for my wife and my daughter, because, he was doing that in their areas too. And long story short, we gave him, I gave him several years to correct the problem. Changed his food. We put aluminum foil down on the floor. We did all kinds of stuff, and just couldn't get the problem corrected. So what we did is, we tried everything. New litter box, new food. Put aluminum foil down the areas where he was going to the bathroom, sprayed the citrus juice. Nothing would fix it, and he was just mad. So I just think he couldn't adapt to our daughter, so he just couldn't adapt. So I was forced with a problem, and that was finding a new home. So we rehomed him. And he's got a really good home, and I followed up with him, and he's doing really well, so he seems to be happy. But yeah, it was unable to be corrected, and that was bad. And I was very careful about who he was rehomed to, and I was very careful about the entire process. Obviously people were offering money, and I said, hey, this is not a money-making opportunity. I said, yes. I said, I know if I wanted to ask money, I said, I know I could easily get a few $1,000s. And I said, this is not about the money. This is about him having a good home, and, me not having to worry. So he's got a good home, and yeah, it's not good that he's not at, where I am anymore, but, at least he's happy, and that was taken care of. But he had a couple years to correct the problem before that decision was made. So it wasn't just you're gonna be rehomed. It was, hey, you've got opportunity to correct the issue, multiple opportunities, and tried everything in the book, but it didn't work. So yeah, that's what happened with that. People were saying, why don't you have the camera facing up? Because this is my live walking show. All I do is walk and talk. And tune back in for the when I go live from the studio, I'll be face on camera with the official Epic Drone Show shirt on and all of that good stuff. And I'm going to be going live for that at 9 p.m. New York City time, 9 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, if you want the face on video part, that's where I'll be face on video. I'll be in the studio with good lighting and unveiling the new Mavic Air 2. So yeah, this is just the walk around live show. This is not anything formal, as the dirty street with trash in the gutter suggests. So it's this is just the format for this show. But yeah, we've got have a good day, everyone. I'm heading off. Trip, be sure to tune back in at 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. New York City time, because that's when all the fun's going to begin. Yeah, I want to remind everyone, and thank y'all from the previous live shows for your super chats and your super stickers. And just want to remind everyone, if you want to do a super chat or super sticker, you can do that now. You can do it during any of my live shows. It's over there in the chat section. It says super chat. So just a cool way to, if you want to support the channel. Again, being an independent YouTube channel, all the support's appreciated. Cool, Trap. We'll see you then, man. Thank you for tuning in for this live show, man. Yeah, we got trash all over the street. Look at that. Trash everywhere. Are you going to tell something interesting? Yeah, man. It's called Mavic Air 2. And that is what is interesting. And it's going to get, we're only about an hour and 50 minutes, an hour and 50 minutes from the start of my live show in the studio. And man, this Mavic Air 2 is going to be, I don't know, I don't want to try to pump something up because, that's kind of lame, but I don't want to not show enthusiasm because it's going to be very exciting. And if it's not, then DJI has failed us. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think, now more than ever, I think, number one, it would seem that they'll be bringing out a drone that's innovative. Number two, a drone that's affordable. And, number three, a drone that has something really new as far as features are concerned. So, I can guarantee you there's people that are tired of being in quarantine, but, they need a safe activity that they can self-isolate and do outdoors. What better than a drone, Get your own little private area and stay away from everyone and fly your drone in a safe and responsible location while maintaining that social distance. Because social distancing is super important. HE said, this is awesome, dude. Thank you for bringing us with you. No doubt, dude. I will be bringing, like I said, in an hour and 49 minutes. It'll be in that studio, and that'll give us a good half hour to chit chat, and then as soon as that Mavic Air 2 is available to order, you'll be able to. What I would do if I was y'all, go ahead and go to epicdroneshow.com and just have that up, and then when the drone becomes available, I'll post the link immediately on my website, epicdroneshow.com, to where you can order it. And that's huge. That is definitely huge. I'm just kicking the rocks through the no trespassing area. Look at that. So it's the only live show where you can kick a rock. Exciting stuff, huh? Not as exciting as the Mavic Air 2, because that's going to be super exciting. Super duper exciting. No parking. No parking. No parking. No parking. No. No parking. No parking. Yeah, I will, man. It'll be, just go to epicdroneshow.com. And here in a little bit over 2 hours, there should be a link there where you can order Mavic Air 2. So yeah, bookmark epicdroneshow.com, or just go ahead and pull it up, man, because my website, I'll admit, it's going to get really busy. So good thing to just go ahead and have it up and be ready to explore the Mavic Air 2 as soon as I post the link where everybody can order it. Yeah, man, that's going to be, hey, no, thank you, man. You know, like I said, I'm an independent YouTuber, and, you know, when people shop through my website, irixguy.com or epicdroneshow.com, it helps to support my channel. Obviously, it's just, you know, it links you to where you can buy these things, which is cool. But, yeah, we got grass, we got pollen everywhere, and we're about to have Mavic Air 2. Mavic Air 2. Mavic 2 Air. What are they going to call it? I think it's going to be Mavic Air 2. Because I think 2 Air would sound too much like 2 Pro or 2 Zoom. So I think it's going to be Mavic Air 2 instead of Mavic 2 Air. Whatever they call it, it's going to be exciting. I really hope they give us that USB recharging, because if we can get USB recharging on Mavic Air 2, and if the battery life is as good as it's expected to be, I mean, that's going to be possibly the battery life of Mavic Air 2 could trump Mavic 2 Pro and Mavic 2 Zoom. So, you know, battery life's important because, you know, when you, especially, you know, once this pandemic clears and people are able to travel again, you know, batteries are often, a lot of airlines restrict the amount of, or the quantity of, I don't know if it's the quantity of batteries or if it's the lithium content, but it, you know, it's nice to be able to travel lighter with fewer things. And I mean, the same for me with cameras. You know, when I go out on a boat and go down all the islands and stuff, you know, I don't like to carry that many lenses, so I've switched. I used to use, you know, the prime lenses, the fixed focal length lenses, and then I switched over to the zooms. So, you know, now I got a 16 to 35 for ultra wide, and I've got a 24 to 70 for every day. And then if I need, you know, to go after bears or something, I've got the 100 to 400. So, you know, with 3 lenses, I can cover a bunch of different focal lengths. So, you know, that's important. But man, yeah, it's now we've only got about an hour and my math is horrible, about a little bit over an hour and 40 minutes. I bookmarked your page. You're ready. Oh man, that is mad support. I appreciate it. Well, and what I'll do at, you know, my live show that starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. New York City time. As soon as it's available, I will tell you, I'll be like, yep, it's there. So when you go to my page And when it's there, you'll see that, the buy drone, the big graphic at the top of epicdroneshow.com. When I say it's there and you click that, boom, it's going to take you right to it, to the Mavic Air 2. So, man, this is what helps, because, I don't, being an independent YouTube channel, I don't, without y'all's support, your views, your super chats, your support on patreon.com/IRIXGuy. Without y'all's support and your attendance to these live shows, I don't have, being independent, I don't have the funds to fuel this drone addiction. So, all this support that y'all are providing the channel, and obviously, again, shopping my links through epicdroneshow.com, that helps me keep this going, man. And, I love doing this, and, I'll continue to do it as long as I'm getting, ample support from my viewers, and that's super important. I will never join a multi-channel network, an MCN, because I like to be independent, and I don't have any interest in being part of a multi-channel network. I just think I don't like control, man. I like to run my own ship. But part of running my own ship is being my own marketing person too. Own marketing person, finance department, director, host, editor. I've got to do all that stuff, man. This is not running your own YouTube channel is not an easy gig to do it right. So, it's, man, this pollen is crazy. I just hope it's pollen. And awesome, you're the man. No, you the man. Tuning in and supporting the channel, and you already got epicdroneshow.com loaded in your browser, ready to purchase when that Mavic Air 2 goes live. So that's huge. But yeah, I just hope that when it does go live, that these things ship quickly, because, with this pandemic, everything's kind of delayed. So hope that's not the case. I hope they planned ahead, and, maybe they're like, oh, well, maybe they saw the future coming and be like, well, if we want to sell drones on that side of the pond, we better go ahead and ship some over there. So maybe they ship some over the United States already. Who knows? Because I know a lot of us are probably be buying them in the United States. So, yeah, maybe they planned ahead, and heck, maybe they even saw it coming. They knew what was coming, and they were, planned ahead, and this, that, and the other. So who knows? Who knows? You never know. But yeah, man, it's only, about an hour and 40 minutes. What terrible clickbait. What's that, man? Rudy says clickbait. Yeah, it's, there's a glove, man. That's sketchy. Sitting in the side of the street. Yep, Rudy, we are, and you need to tune in, because here at 9 p.m. Eastern, this is just my live walking show. So, there's nothing fancy. All you see is walking through a dirty, contaminated area. Nothing fancy. But at 9 p.m. New York City time, this goes into the studio. And in that studio, man, you are going to see good lighting. You're going to see a professional uniform. I will be in my Epic Drone Show, epicdroneshow.com official shirt. So you'll get to see that. You'll get to see the Mavic Air 2. Ha ha ha. And if you want to order one, you will be able to find the link on epicdroneshow.com, just like HE. He said he's already loaded my page, and he's ready to click. As soon as it goes up to order. So yeah, you said clickbait, man. That's right. You got And we're just chumming the waters right now, man. This is going to get really exciting. So you are right to the point. Herbert Estevez. There you go. Herbert Estevez. You the man. So, 2 things to remember today. Mavic Air 2 and Herbert Estevez. That's right. Two big names during the month of, is it April? Yeah, it's April. It's April of 2020. And to be more exact, it's April I can't remember the day. That's the thing, man, is y'all's quarantine making y'all like forget which day of the week it is and the month and everything. And then you're like, yeah, I mean, it is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Puerto Rico, man. Hey, that's my spot. I love Puerto Rico's fun. And then I've gotten, I really like St. Thomas, and I'm down there a lot. But I've kind of gotten to where the perfect thing is, just hanging out in the national park on St. John, and then one day during the week just taking the boat over to Yost and hanging out at Soggy Dollar Bar. That's they've got good drinks there, man. Really nice beach. Puerto Rico is a place I want to go and explore more. I know it's a pretty large island, man. And I haven't really explored Puerto Rico like I should. But yeah, this is gonna get I mean, and the clock's ticking, man. I mean, we're approaching only about a little bit over an hour and a half away until this studio show goes live. So, I just wanted to, my thing is I want to keep the momentum going and get us geared up and excited. And no better way to get excited than to come together for a live show for a hopefully legendary launch event of a brand new drone. Actually, the first new drone during 2020. So, how cool is that? I mean, it's super cool. And remember, this is very important. Please report all visitors. Please report to the front office. All visitors, please report to front office. That's right. And the front office opens at 9 p.m. New York on this channel. It's a live show. The Mavic Air 2 launch. What better way to experience it than here on our Irish Guys Adventure channel? And it will be an epic drone show special event. So it's not your typical epic drone show episode. This is obviously a special event, a launch event, which is, they're rare. I mean, you don't get a new drone coming out every day. So yeah, we got good stuff, man. Super good. We're gonna walk across this grass and just get excited. Doesn't that make y'all feel excited just walking through the grass when you've been in quarantine and getting out and aggravating those allergies and trying to forget about the pandemic? What better way to do it? And then you got a drone. Oh yeah. Got a drone to ease the pain of the pandemic. Let's just hope it doesn't disappoint, because that's going to be, you walked a long distance. So far only about 2.18 miles, but still better than not exercising. That's the problem, man. I mean, like, with this pandemic, gyms are closed, and I used to use a gym at home, but I sold that because I didn't want the space taken up by gym equipment. And I didn't want gym equipment when I'm paying to go to a gym. And so now I'm just kind of, walking, and I'll do, on the weekends, I'll hike about 20 miles. So, not staying as fit as I want to. I'm still getting fat, but at least I'm not super fat. And that's important. I mean, it's easy, man, during quarantine. And, one thing I don't do, because I don't trust it because of the virus, but, there's advertisements for every fast food establishment you can imagine. And they're saying, deals on desserts and this, that, and the other. Now, my rule of thumb, if I go to a drive-through, and thanks, man. If I go to a drive-through and pick something up, there's a requirement. And this is what I call my personal COVID requirement. And that is it's got to be fried. What do I mean? Well, fried chicken, fried fish, fried okra, fried French fries, fried mozzarella sticks, fried mushrooms, anything fried. And if there's anything in there that's not fried, I tell them to hold it or it goes in the trash. Because the only way I'll eat something that I didn't prepare myself is to bring it back, put it outside the vehicle, walk outside with a microwave safe plate, put the food on a microwave safe plate, and the microwave's already opened and the timer's already set on the microwave for a couple minutes. Take the plate of food without touching door handles directly to the microwave, push the button on the microwave with the back of my pinky finger that hasn't touched any of the food, let the food go in the microwave for a couple minutes while I clean up and use a disinfecting wipe to wipe my hands, to wipe the doorknobs, to wipe the microwave button, the microwave handle, everything that I may have touched. And then also, wipe the steering wheel in the vehicle, the door, the seat belt, everything that I touched while picking up the to-go food. And that's the only thing I'll eat that I didn't prepare myself, because, it doesn't matter. Let's say, it's important to support your local businesses during these unprecedented times. But with that being said, it's also important to remain vigilant. And what I mean by that is that, you may be hyper aware of what's going on, and you may be hyper vigilant about knowing everything you've touched, cleaning it after you've touched it. If I do have to exit for essential business purposes, if I have to exit quarantine, first thing I do when I get back is, I strip everything, shoes and everything off before I go into the house. So, that way I'm not walking with my shoes that potentially walked through a space where people were coughing and the droplets fell on the floor, and now they're on the rubber on the bottom of my shoes, and then it spreads all over the floor in my house. That's something that people don't think about. And then also, just the clothing I was wearing, I don't trust that. I strip down, it goes in the laundry a day or so after that, because I keep it outside of the house, so it, hopefully whatever it is will die before I put it in the laundry. And then I don't take chances. And even with that being the case, ultimately none of us really know what is. Even the best doctors in the world right now don't even know how serious it is and how it can spread and how long it might last. There's a lot of educated speculation. So anything that you can do to better, that's the way you're doing it, very cool. Anything you can do that may better prevent you from catching it or spreading it. Because keep in mind, even if you don't catch it, in the scenario of the shoes, walking around with your shoes on after being out in public and then walking around your house, what if you don't get it? But what if somebody else in your house does? Maybe they roll on the floor, they step on the floor, and then they get in the bed, and then it spreads to the bed sheets, and then it goes from the bed sheets to their face, and then they get the COVID-19. So, You know, and people laugh at me, say, oh man, you're paranoid, or, you know, you're fear mongering or whatever. And I don't care what people think, because that's how I feel about it. And, you know, if I want to be hyper vigilant about doing all that, I can. And keep in mind, there's so many people that aren't. So, you know, there may be good friends of yours, there may be family of yours, there may be colleagues at work, that may be some of your favorite people. But because they don't take this seriously, if you're around those people, your risk is heightened even more because of their lack of, you know, their lack to perform their own due diligence. So, you know, be aware of, you know, of what you're doing. And the best thing, and this is what I tell everybody, is that the best thing to do is assume that you have it and assume that everybody around you has it. And with that assumption, you're probably going to be more vigilant about, you know, being aware of what's going on. Something I also do, and I've got KN95, I've got N95, and then I have safety glasses. And, you know, people laugh at me for my safety glasses. I just look at them and laugh back with a goofy laugh, because bottom line, and I don't have a mask or glasses on right now because I'm a few hundred yards from the closest people. So, but I always wear that because subconsciously, if a bug flies in your face or whatever and you touch your face, you know, you can get this stuff. And for that reason, I've got these really, and I'll have to do a video, these really goofy looking safety glasses that wrap all the way around. And I don't care how goofy they look. You know, I wear that with my KN95 or my N95, and I still cross my fingers. Because the truth is, you know, all that we know is what we've been told. And, you know, and even the quote unquote experts within the medical community, you know, they don't even know the hard facts yet. So, you know, it's better to be ultra paranoid. You know, don't throw yourself into a panic and don't become a fearmonger, but it's better to be hyper vigilant about everything, if not for yourself, but for the well-being of others, because there's people that are old, there's people that have pre-existing conditions, you know, and if you know, or say you're asymptomatic and you come in contact with them, you know, you potentially killed somebody because of your lack of vigilance. You know, you failed yourself and you failed others even more, because they're the ones that are suffering, unless you're the one that has the chronic illness or whatever. But anyway, enough of that. Better safe than sorry. Yeah, and speaking of that, guys, in about an hour and 25 minutes at 9 p.m. New York City time, 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to flash on those lights. Y'all will see me emerge face on video in the official Epic Drone Show shirt. And we're going to go all over this Mavic Air 2. It's going to be available to order, and y'all be able to find it on epicdroneshow.com and irixsky.com. We'll be able to chat live. But, you know, before that show, it's important that I burn some calories, and that's why I'm doing this, because I've you know, hadn't burned much, man. I've only burned about 300 calories so far, but, you know, that's still, because I had a V8, you know, that vegetable juice, and I think that was 60 calories. So I had that, and then I had some gumbo that I made. Didn't make seafood gumbo because there's only fresh seafood right now. But I made some gumbo with this stuff called Conecuh sausage, Conecuh. If you've never heard of it, Conecuh sausage, man, that stuff is good. It's a spicy sausage. I smoked it on the grill, and then after I smoked my Conecuh sausage, I put it in my gumbo, and I brought it to a boil, and I let it simmer for about 45 minutes or an hour. And man, that was some good stuff. Had gumbo for lunch. I had gumbo for dinner. And I will have gumbo for breakfast. So, you know, you're talking about a quarantine meal. Gumbo. Get you some of that Kaneka sausage. Super good. How is that? So yeah, we got a bunch of fun stuff, man. And here, it's only about an hour and 20 minutes now. Actually, I think, you know what I'm gonna do, man? I'm gonna take a shower and comb my hair and look professional. Because this is a big event. You know, this Mavic Air 2 launch is a huge event. So I can't wait to see all y'all, and I'm just glad y'all tuned in my little pre-show where I'm out walking and becoming less fat before the Mavic 2 Live and doohickey. Yep, it's gonna be good. It is gonna be good. I burned. Well, let's see. I'll get 400 calories in, which isn't good. It's judged. There you go, man. Yep, it is. It's a good workout. What I want to do is the Smoky Mountains. If they would open back up, I'd go up there and just bug out for a few days in the wilderness place. But yeah, we've got, man, Mavic Air 2. So what do y'all think? And we'll carry this on at starting at 9 p.m. New York City time. But what's your biggest wish for the Mavic Air 2? If you could only have one thing, what would be your number one item that the Mavic Air 2 would bring to the table? Just one thing. Your number one. Hope for a Phantom 5 too. The driver's advantage. You know, it's interesting you say that because, you know, they re-released. It's huge, I meant. Cool. Yeah, that's, you know, because they re-released the Phantom, was it Phantom 4 Pro? So I don't know if DJI is flirting with the idea of bringing the Phantom back, or if they're done with the platform altogether. You know, that's a great question, and I don't know. You know, it's kind of like they need to have it because in a lot of people's minds, you know, the people that don't really know drones that well, their assumption is that the DJI Phantom is the only drone, because that's what they think of when they think of drone. And in reality, you know, the better drones are the smaller and lighter Mavic 2 Pro, but just for perception purposes and you know, keeping their brand image and you know, letting everybody that's not even a drone connoisseur feel confident that the drone they see is a DJI drone. I think for that reason it would behoove them to have the Phantom platform still there. Yeah, Mavic 3. Mavic 3 is, we were talking about that yesterday, and Mavic 3 is whether or not it'll release the end of 2020 or if it's going to come out in 2021. And because of the current situation, you know, we think that it may be 2021. I think that's kind of the consensus opinion, is that it'll probably be 2021. And probably what DJI is doing, they're doing, you know, today, the Mavic Air 2, it's kind of like, you know, think of it as, hey, we realize there's a pandemic. We want y'all to know that we're still ticking, and here's something awesome. Yeah, I think the Mavic Air 2 is the perfect mix and the perfect price. Yeah, and I think that's what we're going to see today is a reasonably priced drone with specs that will not disappoint, that will probably, and that was during the live show yesterday, we're talking about, you know, what if Mavic Air 2 outperforms Mavic 2 Pro and or Mavic 2 Zoom, and there's a possibility that could happen. And what that would do is position Mavic 3 to be just something super that we never even thought of. But that would enable them to, because they've already dropped the prices of the Mavic 2 series, so that would enable them to begin selling off all their old stock of Mavic 2 Pro and Mavic 2 Zoom, and then, you know, sell the Mavic Air 2 as the new serious and most current drone, the Mavic Mini as the fun but still capable drone, and then get people gearing up for Mavic 3 when, you know, when the pandemic goes away and people hopefully have the funds to upgrade to the Mavic 3. Who knows? I mean, it's going to be interesting, and I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, it's going to be a wild ride. I've been a little bit disappointed in the tracking of DJI drones in general. Need better obstacle avoidance, auto obstacle avoidance. Yeah. And I've heard a lot of people say that, and it hasn't bothered me. And actually, when I fly in the wilderness and I go through the tree canopy, I have to turn obstacle avoidance off because it's so tight of a spot. And but I know a lot of people like yourself that depend heavily upon obstacle avoidance. So yeah, it's definitely an area for improvement. And on the flip side of your comment, I think it would be good as a cost-saving opportunity to be able to have a second version of each drone that doesn't have any of the obstacle avoidance features. And the reason I say that, if they could offer a second option that's less expensive because it doesn't have those features for people that may only be flying in like wide open, you know, a beach or wherever, and not have anything to worry about, you know, maybe they could potentially save some money on the drone by not buying the more expensive version with obstacle avoidance. So anyway, hey y'all, we are going to, because it's 7:45 p.m. New York City time. So at 9 p.m., about an hour and 15 minutes from now, I'm going to be in the studio. So tune back in, 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. New York City time. Go ahead and load epicdroneshow.com, because as soon as Mavic Air 2 is available to order, you'll be able to order it there on my website, epicdroneshow.com. And again, tune back in, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's about an hour and 15 minutes from now. I look forward to seeing you all again then. And thanks for tuning in for this little pre-show show. It's going to be fun, man. See y'all back at 9 p.m. New York City time. Oh, Photo, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to the studio, and I'm going to be back in the studio in this live show on this channel, 9 p.m. New York City time. So tune back in a little bit over an hour, about an hour and 14 minutes from now. I'll see y'all then, and man, it's going to be fun, fun, fun.